Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're going to go ahead and merge everything down. I haven't actually done that, so we're going to be doing the very boring process of merging a whole... Oh, drop something. Merging a whole bunch of layers down. There are a number of layers I'm just not super sure about, so let's see, but that's more of a matter for once the actual whatchamacallit rigging begins, rather than a problem now. I just dropped something else, I can't find it. That's great. So meanwhile, I just opened Live2D and it's telling me to update, so I am actually going to update this time rather than before where I was using an old version for a very long time. So that's going to go in the background. Hopefully it doesn't slow the stream down at all. But alright, so we're going to go through the full process here. We're going to save this into a Photoshop document. I think for the PSD, I'm not going to keep the... there's no way this is... Okay, yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time there. Whoa. Let me just... Okay, while that's saving, let me just go over to here and get this started. Yeah, sure, whatever. I totally read everything that it just told me. For the PSD for now, if I ever fix the eviction, I'll put the whole folder of water parts into the PSD, but for now, I think I'm just going to delete the folder so that the PSD file itself is just smaller. So we're going to go here and start deleting a whole bunch of files here. The fun bit is actually the overlay, I think, because that is really just sitting there. But we have an idea for the water. I'm still not too sure about the way I've done this, but hopefully it will work. It does have a line. I don't know how effective the line is. Actually, maybe we'll make this a little bit darker. But making some last minute adjustments, why not? We'll just go like this. Water splash. The stream does not have an outline. The stream doesn't have an outline. Is that going to be a problem? Maybe. Can I... Let me just try something. Can I give this a outline? Of course not. We're going to increase this anyway. So can I give it the outline now? Of course not. Alright. So the water parts, I have like a vague idea of maybe what I could do with it. It's not really set in place right now, but the other bit is that currently none of the water actually moves. That's in like the hair or on the skin. I haven't made it in a way where it could very easily move. I think I might be able to find a couple of tutorials on that purely based on the fact that tears are a thing that people do in VTuber models. Because once again, it's still impossible to find anything that isn't directly related. But I think for now, what I actually need to do is keep the droplets separate from the actual parts. So we're going to end up with a lot of floating parts, effectively, is what's going to happen. Oh, do I want to change the line colors? I didn't actually think about that. I mean, none of the lines are feeling overly problematic right now. I mean, the overlay is helping a little bit because it doesn't mellow all the blacks out a little bit with a bit of orange. You know what? I'll just go about it this time. So I want to merge this directly on top. I think for the hair and the... Well, this actually probably depends more on where the droplet itself is. Which piece is this? Because this droplet is like right on the edge here like this. So this needs to be able to wiggle a little bit. But for example, a bit like this, honestly, it might as well just stick to the hair. That's really not a problem. So I think it's like what, here, right? Not here. Wait, I have a drop. I don't have a droplet here. Actually, what part is it even stuck to? It's like this part. Kind of. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and merge this in completely. I think. We're not gonna merge it in completely, okay. Okay, yep, that causes problems with the layers, because of course it does. Alright, so all the droplets are gonna float. That means that we're gonna end up with a lot of layers that have the same name. That may or may not become a problem. We'll have to see. But regardless, we're gonna just make sure everything is in. Yeah, shadow, yeah, sure, that is fine. Right, yeah, that can all go down. Braid. There's a lot of layers on this one. On the old butterfly. Butterfly looks fine. At this point, I'm not going through to rename all of the individual droplets on each of the parts. What the heck is this? Just move that up. Alright, I do want to move the head a little bit, so that is now the question of, do I need to adjust or make the lines separate from the actual head color? Rasterize, eyeball. Is the eye gonna move enough for me to warrant separating this at all? I don't think so. And I feel like I could probably forcibly finagle it. So we'll just go ahead and merge that down. I think that should be okay. Alright, you rasterize, eyeball, you in. Rasterize. Wait, where's the mouth? Huh? Oh, no, that's right, that's right. Skin, sure. Hair shadow, sure. Droplet, yep. You, upper, rasterize. Alright, we're gonna have a lot of layers just sitting on top of each other here, that's fine. Don't know if this layer's gonna be a problem. We're gonna just keep the guide here for a bit, because that's just gonna be helpful. We'll just change this from color to head color. When the heck did I change my input language? Change back. I've got some shadows on these parts. Okay. Do I need to change the refraction? Do I need to move that off the glasses? Lens, glasses, That's a shadow. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, this is the overall shadow, swimsuit. Okay. Right, merge these down. Halo. Am I okay with that halo? Yes, I am. Merge that down. Alright. So I am a little bit worried about maybe a couple of themes existing on the on a couple of parts, but okay, so the question is, do I want to just keep these as one piece right now? I mean, obviously the left arm should be one thing and the right arm should be one thing. Should the pipe be separated so that it can wiggle a bit? No, I think that this could actually just merge down. We're just gonna merge the whole water gun down. Right, just move that out of there, go down. Right, droplet shadow, move up, you down. Droplet shadow, move up, you down. Alright, one. Then we go you up. That into here, do that. That should be fine. Alright, keep the ear parts separated. Keep that pushed down, top. That should be okay. Alright, rasterize that. Brow. Lash. Lash. Rasterize, eyeball, highlight, shadow, rest of the eye. Can the rest of the eye go down? I think it can. Alright, you, merge, rasterize, rasterize. You, the rest of this merge down. Hair shadows, fine. Skin details, fine. Head shape, rasterize. Rush, mouth. Lip, rasterize. Color, head color. Right, you, merge, down, you next. That is droplet. We'll move this up. You down. Guide. Get rid of this. Ribbon. 1, 2. Oh, 3. Shadow. Body. What shadow is this? That's fine. We just merge this down. The shadow goes over the arm ring. Left. The back of the ring, you can't even see it. Bow, yep. Okay. You merge, you merge. 1, 2, lift up, you merge, you up, you merge, you merge. Keeping those droplets separated, hopefully don't cause a problem. Halo, Halo, how do I feel about Halo? You know what, sure, merge. Alright, collapse. Alright, now the fun bit is the gun here, which is actually like the whole arm. We do want to keep this as one piece. Compared to what I've done with Shun, which there's more bits like involved because there's like one arm holding it here, one arm holding it here, that are like at different depths as well. This arm, I really want this to just like swing around the zone. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to merge this whole thing down. Guide, yeah, sure, whatever. That should be fine. Merge that whole bit down. What am I? What keeps changing my input language? Stop that. Alright, hand, droplet shadow, move up, you, down. Okay, let's see. Merge, merge, collapse, open, merge, up, merge, 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 you, up, you, merge. Probably should move all the droplets to the top since that always needs to be at the front basically. Alright, front. Okay, let's see, do that, merge it all down. Front shadow, what is this? Alright, yep, that's fine. What is currently causing a problem? Oh, it's got auto save. Oh boy. It shouldn't take that long, this file's not that big, come on. Okay. Just gonna also save ourselves because I don't really trust that too much. Come on, I'm reducing the number of layers. That shouldn't take so long. Alright, 1. Move the droplet up. 2, 3. Face, eyes. 1. Merge. Merge. Don't I should actually put a bit of highlights onto the lashes a bit. Rasterize. Rasterize. Do we want to... This could probably go straight down, I think. Rasterize, you down. Merge, white noise, rasterize. Lush skin shade. Do I need a hair piece? Rasterize. Do I need a shadow here? Hit color. Shadow. Piece, another piece, another piece. Body. Collapse you, collapse you, collapse you, collapse you, collapse you. Torso, droplet shadow, up. Torso, down, yes. Ba, 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 bum. Primary shutdown. Halo. How do I feel about Halo? Okay, I feel okay with Halo. Put the shutdown. Alright, what do I... Okay, get this layer, this layer, and this layer out of it. Get these photos out of here. Alright, environment. How do we deal with the mountain now? There's a couple of backup layers existing here, so I think we're just going to go ahead and get those out of here at this point. Land, foam, water, rivers. What's the riverside right now? There's the... Alright, the rocks. This is what the rocks but separated. Foam. Foam on the other side. Water. Under the water. Does that need to be separated, or could that be... What is this? Those are rocks. Do I need to just merge down the water line onto these rocks? What is this? What is this? Is this... Oh, just a line I drew for this. River, water, water. Sand ground, hills. Get this out of here. And I brought my clouds with me. Clouds 1, 2, 3, 4. And sky. Okay. Okay then, that was open. Your Live2D. Alright, where are we? Kisaki River PSD. Okay. Well, this is new. Okay, we now have a blend mode before 5.3. What does that even mean? Okay, we're just going to make it in the current version and see what happens, how the preview show, whatever. Just put these into its own little thing for now. Close that, close that. Okay, should be down to the... Actually, wait, no, I should just... Alright, everything that is over here, we're going to go ahead and give it a base, and we'll fix this as we go. Okay, let that work for a little... Oh, wait! Alright, then, from here down to Halo, you. We're a Halo. And go like this. Go like that, and then... Alright, let's hope these deformers don't cause issues. Alright, so we're gonna make all of the parameters as a 1x3. I don't know if we're gonna use the 1x3. Ideally, I want them to all effectively be 1x2s. But we need a little bit of a bounce there. We'll make it so that the heck can have a little bit of a bounce. Where do we start from? Lower arm? No. Here, right? How many bits are going to be affected by this? Down to nose, lid, skin. Okay, let me just make it so that the body is like detached from this. bum. Ba 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 bum ba bum ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum ba ba bum. Ba ba bum ba bum ba bum. Ba 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 bum ba bum. Ba 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 bum ba ba bum. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba bum. Ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba bum. Alright, half these droplets are like multiple parts. Hum 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 hum. Hum hum hum. Hum ba ba bum ba ba bum. Well, all right, you. Hum ha hum ha hum hum hum. Hum ha hum hum. Hum ha hum 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 hum. Oh wow, there's actually a button for that now. That's crazy. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba Oh, wait. Alright, get out of there. Hum 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 hum. Hmm. Oh wait, the fat piece. What do we do about this piece? Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. Hum. These parts should be more resilient to any weird morphing, right? Basically just need to move like a huge chunk. Give me a moment. All right. What are we doing? Oh, that I met? Well, that explains a lot. Let me just save. Hum 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 hum. Alright, let's just reopen the file. Loading the file. Ugh. Alright, where are we? Alright. Saving slowly. Don't have the shadows. Alright, let's rename these. Alright, let's just rename these. Hopefully the ones before didn't just put the layers on top of something else. Wait. I just did something wrong, didn't I? Yes, I did. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Ba ba bum ba bum. Ba bum bum. Ba 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 bum ba bum ba ba bum. Hum hum hum. Ba 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 bum ba bum. Ba ba bum ba bum. Hum 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 hum. Ba ba bum ba bum. Ba bum ba bum. Ba ba bum ba ba bum. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Oh boy. That's a giant yikes. Where's the hit color? Okay. This is totally not gonna cause a problem now, is it? It might. What is that doing here? What is... What is that? What is that doing there? Get those out of here. Okay, we're basically running on the assumption that this won't cause a problem. Realistically, it won't. Having the blushes literally just connected to the head, because we're not going to turn the head. This should be fine too, generally speaking. Okay, so now then, this is the guide. We don't really look at that. The fun bit is actually the line. Ba, ba, bum. Huh? What the fuck is that? Don't do that. That is insane. First up, let us just connect these, because there's really no reason for them to be disconnected. Should literally be able to get away with something like that. Sure. These should be fine, these are just pieces underneath. My wrist hurts. It's beginning already. This is just a back piece, so as long as this edge itself is fine, this should be mostly fine, because that's the only edge we care about. Back basically doesn't matter. Halo. Jeez. Alright, first let's connect you to you, and we'll connect you to you. Honestly, a Halo... Actually, wait, no, Halo can literally just be this. Because I literally just need to move it as a square. See if that actually works further down the line. Okay, that's one. I've literally made these pieces in a way where it's supposed to be directly attached. But it doesn't matter as long as I move them in the same deformer. Then they'll move together. Up, up, bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Ah. Bum, bum, bum. How much should these actually swing around? You should probably dangle a bit more than where they're sitting right now, but... Shadow. Oh. Ah. Definitely selected the body when I was making that shadow. Realistically, the body can basically just sit where it is. Just ignore the fact there's no legs there. The shadow. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There's not gonna be more things, so that's probably fine. Maybe I just leave it. Oh wait, this is in the wrong spot. You're supposed to be down here. Go to here. What the? Hum. Bup. Bup. Hum. Alright. I feel like this doesn't go that big of an issue right now. Really deciding this is going to cause a big issue swinging around this side. Whoop. Is it going to cause a problem here? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Hmm. Whoop. Bum, 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 bum. Hum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh boy. How about we don't make a versi just, or one connection just pierce through the gap there? That'd be very nice. None of these pieces I really need to see what they're doing before I can really make a judgment on them. They actually might be fine just as is, since they're mostly like blocky square pieces, or they're not gonna need to fold overly much. Alright, these multiple bits. Should be fine, honestly. How much is this going to cause a problem right here? Do I need to be able to pull this in? That should be okay. Don't really need to look at this. I'm gonna make it a little bit more free flow nearing the edge of the year. See if that helps. Oh. That's a slight issue. How do I feel about this part? I mean, the root honestly doesn't matter all that much, even though there's like slight issues with how the mesh has been done there. Since that's not the bit that's going to be moving, it's going to be the edge here. This I had no idea what I'm doing, so we'll just leave that for now. Just hope it works. Oh right, there's just a bit that's just like filling in the blanks underneath. Let's just pretend that's not going to be a problem. Actually, kind of curious if I could just glue the side lash down instead. And just have it collapse with the eye white. Maybe I should actually try doing that. Because that would actually save a ton of time. Maybe I actually tried it this time. How do we feel about this? Actually, it's gonna cause a problem if every layer is flattened down. Shouldn't, right? Realistically, it shouldn't. Because if the eye kind of just closes on itself, then technically it should just be able to pull the side lash in with it. Hum. Didn't do a bot load, right? Yeah, I didn't. Okay, I need more water. Give me a moment. Alrighty. Let us continue. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, bum, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Hum, hum, hum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Alright, you out, Ewan. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, Alright, let me just get the particles out of the way. Alright, bind. Oh wait, how many more pieces are there? At least oh, is this gonna be a problem that I didn't? Oh, don't do that. That I didn't separate this from the bit below. Actually, no. There's no way that's gonna have a problem. That's like behind the piece. That's not gonna morph. This. This piece is like mildly more visible, but Halo. I mean, Halo needs to move like a square, so maybe we'll actually just go with this. See if it works on this one as well. That can change later. Okay, this just needs to be like a straight piece just standing up on its own. We just want to swing it left and right. I don't want to change the angle of the gun at all at any point. No matter how much it bothers me at some angles, that needs to not change. So I was having to think about how this hand needs to work. I am gonna see if I can just like pull on the bits here, anchor with these vertices at the around the knuckle, and see if I can just pull the fingers inwards, basically just shrink them and see if it makes it look like the hand is like closing a little. Ideally, that's what happens. Anything for a body really? Maybe her leg. Maybe the leg, but that should be about it, right? Hum 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 hum. Actually, kind of curious if these will just work if I just leave these. It helps a lot that literally nothing needs to be able to change perspective based on the planned motion, so it's actually very realistic. Well, it's just very feasible that nothing needs to worry about the actual mesh a lot of time. Move you along a little bit. I actually want to move the hairpin a little bit. Neat. To make sure the mesh where it gets real tight isn't causing a problem, and it should be more or less fine. What is the mesh doing here? What the heck is this? Wow. Why is it doing that? That worries me a little bit, but I think it's still within the acceptable boundaries. Shadow. Not gonna move. Okay, another front bits are gonna move. We don't really care too much about these 3 bits here, but we do care about the shape that this will be required to flop. So we're gonna go ahead and try and make sure it has the capacity to flop. In fact, we're gonna pull that back and just let this bit push in on itself. That should be fine. I actually have to go and increase the mesh here, but whoop, get that out of there, get that out of there. Okay, so this is one piece that I'm not too sure about, but this actually does need to be able to curl itself a little bit. Well, that was, just reconnect that. Alright, let's try to glue this down to the white, so miss it that once we get to the eye opening. No, what did? That's what I guess. Whoop. Alright, let's get that out of there. Okay, that should behave. Miss of this with the eye white, but it's closing. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, same for the other pieces. We're just gonna go and that should actually be fine. We're just gonna take that and we're gonna bring it back up to here. Let's just do that, do that. Isolate. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, boy. Up, 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 bum, bum, bum. Up, 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 bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Up, 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 bum, bum, bum. What are we doing here? What we're looking at, that should be fine. These pieces really should be okay on their own, regardless. I bet I'm more worried about these pieces. These pieces need to be able to swing. Well, even though the fact of not changing perspective, they should really be able to just behave. Why is the mish? Oh, that's fine. Okay, this is like partially out of frame, so honestly the high detail bit that's actually out of frame is probably going to behave on its own. Okay, I think the rest of these pieces are actually just fine. I would change this back to a square. I think the remainder of this shouldn't have a problem. Okay, that should be most of the mesh setup. I think, at least for the characters, so let us take a look at the environment. Can I make the brush line move at all? Well, this includes the screen, okay. I think just the clouds need a mesh here. And honestly, do they need to morph? Nah, they don't really need to morph, do they? I mean, I'll just put a thing over the top of them. This doesn't need it. Where's the phone? Along the shoreline, I'll give it this a mesh, but I think everything else is actually more or less okay. On the refraction. This will be a little bit weird to work with. Basically just need to wiggle it. Land. This is the details, right? Yeah. Give this a mesh. Let's see how well that behaves. I'm not gonna miss these too tightly because honestly they just need to do a sit job and that's pretty much it. Alright, I think we'll finish up here. More or less the missions are set up and my wrist hurts. And my fingers hurt, so we'll just finish up here and continue along with this next time in the modeling portion. I did keep Live2D upright, yes I did, okay good. So I'm going to start with Kisaki's motion. I do need to figure out how to deal with the water. I actually don't know if I should do that first, because I might need to rethink how to do the water otherwise. Yeah, let's not mess with the water first. So we'll grab the water here, these two circles basically. Well, the circle and the cylinder. I have an idea of maybe how I could do this, but I'm not sure yet. So we'll just put this together and just see if it behaves currently. Alright, but either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of Live2D model setup. My wrist hurts, and I'm going to continue on this tomorrow because I don't want to keep clicking very small missions with a mouse for the rest of the day, because it's definitely a one quick ticket over to getting repaired of strain injuries. So if you want to see more of this, sure to be subscribed or followed depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like, because that helps me out. I'll see you again next time.